All right, let's just imagine for a second. What if that weight, the one from all those unpaid bills, just lifted? That feeling is totally possible, and it all starts right here. So let's dive into this blueprint, a way to actually transform your financial life, to go from worry to wealth, one simple step at a time. Now this isn't just some motivational fluff. This is the real starting line. It's all about making your goals so real, so vivid that you can practically feel it. It's what pulls you forward on the tough days. You've got to see it, feel it, taste it. That vision, that's the fuel for everything else we're about to talk about. But okay, that's the big question, right? Where do you even begin? That gap between dreaming about that life and actually living it? Man, it can feel like a canyon. But here's the thing. This journey, it doesn't start with winning the lottery or some magic lucky break. Nope, it starts somewhere much, much closer to home. And that place is right here, between your ears. Seriously, before a single number changes in your bank account, the thoughts you're running on have to change first. This is the absolute foundation. Everything, and I mean everything, gets built on top of this. So you've got to ask yourself, which side of this are you on? Are you waiting for lightning to strike, just kind of hoping for a lucky break? Or are you going to be the one who strikes the match? The truth is, money doesn't just happen to you. You put it in motion. It gravitates to people who are already moving. And check this out. There's a direct line, like a piece of string, from the words in your head to the money in your pocket. It's a chain reaction. The language you use, that shapes your feelings. Your feelings, they build your habits. And your habits, they're what drag your income right along with them. It's that simple and that powerful. I love this analogy. Think about it. A mind that's scattered in 20 different directions is like a flashlight in a massive football stadium. Yeah, it's bright, but it's pretty much useless. You have to focus that beam, get rid of the distractions, the gossip, the endless scrolling, and point all of that energy, all that light at one single meaningful target. Okay, so your mind is focused. Now what? How do you actually build momentum and get things moving? Well, you need an engine. And that engine is built from a handful of really powerful, action-oriented daily habits. And these four right here, they're pretty much non-negotiable. Think of them like the gears in that engine. They have to work together to drive you forward, day in and day out. This is how you turn good intentions into actual real progress. So let's break that down. First, you feed your mind. Reading for 30 minutes a day, that's like getting free mentorship from the smartest people in history. Second, you guard your time like it's gold, because it is. You learn to say no to things that just steal your daylight. And listen, if the people at your table are always complaining about money, you got to find a new table. And finally, you take care of your body. A strong heart fuels every single hour. These aren't just nice ideas, they're straight-up strategies. This is such a game-changing way to think about savings, right? It's not about depriving yourself. Nah, it's about building an army of employees. Every single dollar you save and invest is like hiring a tiny worker that goes out there and works for you 24/7, even while you sleep. They never get tired and they never quit. All right, so we've got the mindset dialed in, we've got the habits running like an engine. Now it's time for the actual blueprint. These are the simple, powerful strategies that are going to put all that hard work into action. But first, we need to be crystal clear on this one word: asset. An asset isn't just stuff you own. No way. An asset is something that sends you little thank you notes in the mail, in the form of cash, dividends, interest, rent, whatever it is. Your whole goal is to collect as many things as possible that send you these thank you notes. And here it is, the core of the blueprint. First, you need multiple income rivers, not just one little stream. You put your savings on autopilot. The moment money hits your account, a piece of it gets saved automatically. You guard your credit score and your reputation like a fortress. You learn to negotiate everything. And here's a key one. You teach what you learn as you go. It locks in the knowledge for you. Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, but you might be thinking, does this actually work for regular people, people like me? The answer is 1,000% yes. Let's look at some proof how this stuff works in the real world.
So check out this story. There was a cashier who just started paying attention, really paying attention to where her money was going, and she realized these little daily snack runs which is bleeding her wallet dry. So she made one tiny change, just one. She swapped those 5 snack runs for a homemade lunch. Now that money she saved, maybe just $5 a day, she didn't just spend it, she invested it, put it into a simple, low-cost index fund, and then she just let it sit. So what did those packed lunches turn into after 10 years? Over $25,000 from sandwiches. That is the magic of compounding, my friend. Just let that sink in. It perfectly illustrates this idea. Small hinges, wide doors. A tiny, almost invisible change in your daily routine, when you do it over and over again, that's the hinge that swings open the door to a massive, life-changing result. Or how about this one? A guy starts watching free online tutorials on how to fix broken phones. He gets a $20 toolkit, starts tinkering. You know what happened? Within a year, that little side gig was making more money than his actual day job from free videos and a cheap toolkit. So look, we've covered the mindset shift. We've talked about the engine of habits. We've laid out the blueprint and even seen the proof. But honestly, the single most important part of all of this is what you do next. So let's call this the launch. And I'm not talking about tomorrow or when I get around to it. I'm talking about the next hour, right now. Why? Because all this knowledge is useless if you don't do anything with it. Motion beats meditation every single time. So I'm asking you, what are you gonna do? Look, here are 5 dead simple things you can do before this hour is up. Just pick one. Seriously, any one of them. The goal here isn't to fix your entire financial life in 60 minutes. It's just to prove to yourself that you can take that first step to get the ball rolling. And really, that's what it all boils down to. That first action is the entry fee. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to happen. That first small, maybe even awkward step, that's your down payment on the life you actually deserve. So the only question left is, what are you gonna do?